Okay. Um, I've got all three of those in game. I'm gonna go and do one. I'm gonna start a new survival. Um, I'm gonna do it with that name. Uh, Difficulty stuff. We're gonna go with true on this stuff. We're gonna speed that stuff up a little bit because it makes it a little quicker when we're doing stuff. Auto monitor, I'm not worried about. None of that stuff I'm worried about. And we're going to go with that. And we're going to do the temperate zone. And it's also going to be a breathable, which is not something I usually do. I usually play this with a non-breathable atmosphere. That way I start out with in a suit of armor. I'm coming in over at this one because there's enough stuff there that I'll actually be able to use set my base up over in that area and do some stuff with it. Give it a moment for all this stuff to go on. If you hold the right mouse button, it'll clear that. I'm going to skip the storyline. This stuff comes down. We're going to set the tent up right away. Now, if you are in a non-breathable atmosphere, you also automatically get an O2 generator with everything else. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to run around real quick. Just a moment. Alright, that's... Everything just changed on me. Boss just called me back and said, oh, I was wrong. We're going to have to change up again. So I'm not going to have as much game time as I thought I was going to. I'm going to see how much we can get done in like 30 minutes here. I would really... Okay, there's some ores. Yeah, it's good. Got a spider nest over that way too. Looks like a big beast, but unless they've changed things, that in the past it's never attacked me. There we go. This is what I need right here. Get all 3 of these. And if I saw another copper, that'd be beautiful. But I doubt we'll get another copper right here. What do we get here? We've got silicon and iron. It'd be nice to get some copper. To find the copper area here. You generally get all 3 nodes real close to where we're at right now. And I was right coming down. If you do the storyline, I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to go a little bit different than usual. But the storyline would have you... Oh man, we got a bunch of stuff all over the place here. Okay. All of this stuff I'm picking up mainly for the experience because it will probably go bad before I can... Yeah, maybe not. I've got a pretty good amount of silicone already. So we might be alright. Depends on what we pull up out of the this crash. The plant fibers I'm just picking up to get some biofuel. And I'm going to do some cheating. The storyline actually has you repairing this hover bike. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to... I'm actually going to scavenge it. as you see, we're getting experience as we're scavenging this thing out. You will get it until you destroy the core. So the core is the last thing you want to actually disassemble. What I'm doing is, by doing this, that's going to be less items I'm going to need to less materials I'm going to need to farm to get my first item I want to build. We'll see how far away we are from level 5 here in a minute. The first pattern I have is for level 5 small vessel. And the bonus to that compared to this is an obscene difference in cargo capacity. And that's going to help us out on some other things. I don't think I'm going to get to level 5. To actually start the build on it. But we'll get pretty close to it. I know if I build it, we won't be able to spawn it in until next gameplay. And where am I at? Halfway through level 4. We did almost a full level by taking that thing apart. I want to be facing away from this. That way I won't destroy that. It's real easy to get your first, there's our copper. To get your first several levels just by gathering items where you come down at, because that is one of the best areas for gathering, is your start area where your escape pod's going to crash land, is one of the most prodigious areas when it comes to a lot of the stuff. So what I'm going to be doing is ships I've built. This is a level 5. Going to go to the factory on it. And all this stuff is going in. This is what we have left to do. And we'll get a whole lot of that fairly early on. We're less than 1,300 experience from leveling up. See, what's this going to give me? 2. Okay, I'm not getting experience on this stuff, so we're not going to worry about that one. We're going to take that, this. I'm going to go ahead and leave these items in here for now. Oh yeah, vegetables, perfect. Herbal leaves are nice. Grain, I don't worry about. Go ahead and dump the computer stuff in there. Okay, so we're level 4 and 45. First thing is, we need a shotgun. Miscellaneous, we need a portable constructor. Base, no. If I didn't have what I got, my level 5, I'd want to get an armor locker, but I don't need to. Level 5 will also give us our light armor, which we will have to select. Realistically, we're going to do this one because we need this to be able to make the ammo, the multi-charge to fill it up, and we'll also need to do the drill at level 7. I kind of like this end a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and keep pulling this stuff out, actually, beforehand. We need the portable constructor. We've got 6 more of these. Yep. Okay. And what I'm doing here is I'm just clearing out some of this trash that it's one, giving me some steel plate, but it's also giving me a nice cleared area here to land the ships. Okay, so I'm going to put this guy right here to fill in that hole. I don't think we're going to need that, but we'll put it out. And number 3 is this. This is going over this. All of that. Okay. Iron, 3 of those. Copper, 4 of those. And 3 silicon. And we'll keep this stuff separate for now. Go ahead and dump this steel in here. All right. Now, we've already lost like 10 minutes on this build because it's components I've thrown in there were finished components. The wire, the circuit boards, and that all drops down the production time. go over here. Now, that's probably a crash, 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 crash. But we'll do that stuff when, yep, wreckage. When we get the small ship. Got a lot of iron in this area. I really shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to. We're going to be hitting the the silicon and stuff here in a minute. Now, when you don't have a suit of armor with a jetpack on it, you really want to watch the angle of your drill down. You don't want to go much over 30 degrees downslope, or else you're going to have an issue walking up your ramp. And what I do is I just go down in a kind of a windy kind of a angle, and I just basically corkscrew into the ground. That will allow me to corkscrew back out. It's right down there. And I'm really thinking that my next stream is going to be building the capital vessel, because I want to use all my own creations in this go through. And I'm going to hit level 10 really quick as soon as I have my first small vessel. Within an hour and a half, 2 hours, if not faster. So and we're in the copper. And just like going down, you go up at the same kind of an angle so you can walk up it. Might have to do a little bit of jumping. And the copper, we'll have enough copper and some other things to get ourselves the shotgun weapon. Which in my opinion is the best weapon for starting out. What I need to keep my eye on is cargo capacity left. That's it. We're out of here. And the sun's also going down. The downfall to not having a suit is we don't have a flashlight right at our beck and call. And that's probably, we're getting real close, so I'm going to go ahead and hold off from there. Get some food in us. Okay, so we've got some basic items going. I'm not going to bother with that one, but we've got 20. That's good enough. Let's see, weapon-wise. Ouch. That's not going to give us a whole lot. We'll go ahead and do 10 of those. This. That needs to come over. What's the steel breakdown? 2 ingots gives us 10. Yeah, that'll be fine. 2 ingots will give us 10. 5 of them. Perfect. That's just 2 ingots worth of steel plate. As you can see, we're already at 150 in copper. And we need... We're going to probably have enough copper without finishing mining that to get the copper requirement. Get another thing of food. This food doesn't really do much for you, but it's real cheap and easy to make. Yeah. We've collected enough copper right there to do everything we're doing. Okay, so 10 under. We're going to go ahead and do 20 of those. Okay, so we got 310. I'm going to take 155. I'm going to take 232 with me right there. It's not that much. And then count them down by right-clicking. Boom. We've got all the copper we need. So the next thing we're going to do is the silicon and iron will be the next couple things we go after. We've got our shotgun. We've got some ammo. Number 2, loaded up. Alright, so now we've got more than enough. We've got firepower to be able to protect ourselves as we're running around here. Okay, that's the silicon right there. And that's going to be right by the spider nest. Waiting for the timer up on the top right. to say it's sundown. We have to wait for it to go from 000 to whatever the sunrise is. There. Now we can go to sleep. And we'll go and hit the silicon. We know it's over by the spiders. Ooh, berries. I'm hoping, actually it doesn't matter if they do make it through or not. This is beautiful. We've got our spice, which is one of the big things I prefer to have in my garden. I do need to get some more lumber because I need to make the carbon substrate, which is basically plastic. We've got spiders above us. And they will get to you in a tunnel. We're at level 5. And yes, killing the critters levels you up pretty darn quick. And the meat is one of the best things to cook right now with what we have. Food-wise, it's one of the fastest things to conquer your hunger. So now that that is gone, don't need to worry about them dang spiders getting us. We'll finish the mining. If I had armor, I would have kept going, but no armor on. I don't feel comfortable with it. Nope, nowhere near enough yet. We're going to want at least 150, I think. Ow. Somewhere in that range. It wouldn't hurt to have a little bit more than we actually need to finish the job. Alright, we got 152. We'll run with that. What's our weight look like? Not too bad, but we'll go ahead and get these out on the way. I'm not too concerned. We'll go ahead. No, I don't think we're going to want to do it that on that. Hope this isn't the berry tree, the berry bush. But that gives us some logs. All right. We should be good for a while now with a lot of this stuff. Get back up here. Yeah, I think the berry was over in this area. Okay. What's it got? 71? Yeah. Actually, we will be okay with that. Because the ship I'm going to be spawning in has a refrigerator on it. So that will be fine. That meat will go bad first. So we'll do that. One of those. 32 of those. And 2 of those. And that will get us 130. I'm going to do 30 of those. Okay. Now, where is it at? It is behind us. Iron deposit. Yeah, close enough. Close enough to being almost empty. So when we get back, we'll be the only thing we have left to craft is the iron. Okay, we've got our iron here. Make sure we've got our way out since we don't have any jetpacks yet. If you don't do this and you get trapped underground, just point your weapon up at +20 or so and walk yourself out of the hole. Just dig yourself a new tunnel coming out. You can also go and cut angles, you know, like here. If this solid wall and we wasn't connected there, we can just cut a little walkway along it to get us out too. There's a lot of ways you can do it. With what they've got with the space asteroids being easy to be able to detect nowadays, with the detectors on your ships. This bit of mining we're doing right now is it for me with surface mining. I don't do any other mining on the planet. I don't even use the auto miners because you get so much stuff off those asteroids, especially after you get up to 15, 20. Capital vessel. Level 20, you get the drill module in the small vessels, but I believe the tool turret gives you a drill option also. So at level 20, you can start drilling asteroids with your ships. You don't even have to get out and spacewalk to get your items. And the shipborne drills are extremely quick. We'd already have an asteroid pretty much stripped out right now. And they're a lot bigger than this deposit. We have gold in the atmosphere. Beautiful. Iron. No, wait. This is on the planet, not the system. We have promethium, magnesium. I don't know what we need all this magnesium for. Maybe ammo that I don't use. Cobalt, copper, silicone, iron. Here, we don't have anything else yet. But yeah, this is going to get us a lot of the stuff we'll need, and there's some other things out in space we'll be able to get. Okay. We're already at 420. Iron is heavy. We picked up a lot more silicone than this before we got heavy. Okay, that's it. That's all we're going to be able to handle. There's our way out. And when you go and get yourselves armor suits, your light armor gives you a little bit more carrying capacity. Medium armor is better than that. Heavy armor gives you the most. But when we get the small vessel, or if I had that hover, if I did fix that hover bike, It really doesn't matter because it doesn't. It only had 125 for storage, and by that I mean this number right here, volume. It's all it had was a 125, so it doesn't give you much storage on that bike. All of the plants will respawn by your everywhere. They grow some more. So like if we went over where that spice was right now, there'd be spice again. Okay. I don't think it's that much. I think it's less than 200 too, and I know it's less than 300 of that. Okay, we've already had some stuff spoil on us, which isn't a big deal. We actually need some spoiled food to make our garden stuff. Which is stuff like this. For the nutrient solution, you need it. That's it. That's what we still need. I need to start this iron going. 1020. We'll go with that number. Alright. So once that iron's done, we put 103 iron in. We'll be able to start crafting this little ship, the small vessel. It's not fast, but it's got a lot of carrying capacity. Because that's what I'm mainly looking at is looting, going into a point of POI and looting it. I'm not showing any POIs in the immediate area. Okay, that red there is a spider burrow, a spider nest probably. If it's in trees, it's another spider nest. Yeah, it's in trees. Yep, we don't have any other really interesting things here to come get to in this area. $80, 108, 107. Done. Start the production. Alright, so this will get going 20 minutes after we start next round. We'll be able to get a lot of stuff done. I'm not sure if this meat's going to still be viable or if any of these are going to still be viable. I'm going to get I want to bring us up to 500 shotgun shells. Weapons, armor. I'm going to go ahead and do this so I can make the ammo. When I start the game up again tomorrow, or I don't know. Might not be the rest of the week. I probably have a little bit of gameplay time tomorrow, but not sure about much after that. Just going through this, yeah. I want this so I can make the ammo. Not worried about that because it takes the same ammo as that. Okay. I might have to be modifying my ship with this and this pretty quickly. Because it doesn't have the best lift. And when it's loaded up, it's not going to be moving very fast. I know that already. The engines on it aren't the best. Because I was limited to level 5 engines. I probably could have gone and made it a lot smaller than what it is. But now, if only this timer would go by a little bit quicker. Because if I could go to sleep right now, we could spawn this ship in. And I really should be calling it a night already and going to bed for work tomorrow. Now, something that I have noticed, it splits the difference. So if you just keep adding food into that every once in a while, it doesn't go bad. And yes, this is what I do a lot of times just to kill time while I'm waiting for being able to do a sleep cycle. There's some other ways of doing this that I'll show you when I've got a small vessel. Oh yeah. Not quite as much as I've seen on some, but definitely enough that we will have very short, long nights and short days down on the southern polar cap, which means you can do that camping time speed up, which is basically you go down to the southern hemisphere and you come down here to the southern hemisphere and north, south, east, and west. So you come over here just before sundown, which is the timer that be up here, where it says 1 minute 35, 34. You go down to like it's just about to go and roll over. You set your tent up right here. The second it rolls over, you go to sleep. And whatever that time period is, you get up and you just move a little bit more to the west and do it all over again. And it's a way to speed up time in game if you're crafting some really big stuff that's got a lot of lead time on it. You were trying to get a lot of this does happen from time to time where it just won't register. There are several different missions you can do for factions that are only one per day. And if you're just trying to get your faction up with a certain faction, your rep up with a certain faction, a lot of people do that for that too. They'll just go and do 1 or 2 sleep cycles, and then their faction cooldown resets, and they're good to go for their next round of them. Okay, that's plenty of that stuff. We're going to have a lot of food that's gone bad again. Okay. 1, 1, 2, 3. I like to keep my ores at least enough in there to keep the slot. 5 would, if I do a silicon, it would take that away. So I'll hold off on that. Here's something they've changed, is you can change this stuff up by item types. And it'll do stuff like this, where it'll, just as an organizational thing, alphabetical, food, parish time, mass, volume. You've got all those options on doing it. So, foodstuffs. I'm going to go ahead and craft one of those. I'm going to go ahead and eat some of this meat before it goes bad. 60 is all it's given me. I think that's been dropped down. I want to say it used to give you more than that. Okay, spice. Yeah, I think we'll have that. This might go bad. If it does, I'm not going to worry about it. Like I said, I want some of this stuff to go bad. That's all said and done and good. Usually, whoops, wrong one, this one. When I'm playing, I use this ship at level 10. My next game, I'm going to make something fairly compatible with that. Lines will change a little bit. I'm going to do a couple things, like instead of putting the growing plots in, I'm going to put placekeepers in there instead. That could be removed because you have to have an advanced fabricator to make this. Well, I don't even want to set up a base. I'm going to be purely ship based as soon as I get a capital vessel. I just hate making all this stuff just to go and swap over to something like swap over this, and it has the advanced constructors on it. So I'll make it where you can just take those blocks off, put the materials in, and make your growing plots after the fact. It's a tier 2 as it sits. I'll make mine a tier 2 also. Probably comparable on the growing plots and a bunch of the other stuff on the ship. But is it going to be nice to us? Yes, we've got our blueprint. So, at the top here, boom, we've got that. With this, no, not that. With this, I need to make that. I forgot about that. So now I want to get, I'm going to leave these here because combining those two, by combining these two, I'll have the growing plots I need. But I also have a fridge in this, so I can put all that stuff in there. Not a whole lot of fuel in here. Okay, like I said, this ship isn't all that fast. But it is definitely fast enough that, okay, that's the Polaris area over there. Talons are over there. Spider nest there. But I will be able to get around very quickly and efficiently. Turn the light off. Turn my thrusters off. So I'm saving as much power as I can. I'm going to make some more fuel right now. Oh, this should have been grouped. Okay. We've got 2 Gatling guns on here. We've got 2 O2 tanks. I have an O2 station, a generator, fuel tank, blah, 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 fridge. The equipment that's on here is an armor locker, detector, and a wireless connection. That is the O2 station. So if I had a suit on, I could just click on that if I had oxygen in the ship, and it would fill it up. At the back here is my armor locker. Boom. I've got armor now. Beautiful. This is a very basic ship. As you saw, it didn't take much to build it. I am probably going to take... I'm probably going to change out a couple things. Namely, swapping some engines around. If I do, I might just go ahead and say, you know what, the speed's fine the way it is. I might just throw one of the bigger engines right here. Actually, it's not a bad idea. I think I might just go ahead and do that. That will give me a lot more forward. I could put a couple more laterals, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. The big thing on this is the main container controller. I have a 10,391 storage in this compartment. Ammo, I've got 4,000. So there's a lot of capacity on this ship, which is what's going to cause it to go real slow here fairly soon because it's just so bloody heavy. Then I've got some oxygen also. So what I'm going to do is we got to do the fuel so we can do 17 with what we've got there. And that'll give us what were we at fuel wise? About 30%, I think it is. 31%. That'll bring us up close to 46% ish. I would like for it not to keep going down. But really not a whole lot I can do with that. Oh, that did a little bit. But if I turn the power off, the problem is if I turn the power off, my refrigerator will go, the stuff in the fridge will go bad. And I don't want that. So, this is the ship. I think it's going to work just fine for what I'm going to do with it. I do not think. Yeah. So you got the Talon over here, Polaris up there. This stuff here. I am not getting. This is a Polaris thing. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, I know what these two things are. These are part of the storyline also. But there's going to be some places to go to loot points of interest that will get us a lot of stuff and a lot of experience points. So I'm going to end it here. Hope you have a good evening and talk to y'all later.